This scholarship will cover your full tuition fees, your living expenses, your health insurance, your flight, and you get to move with family. But before we get into it, if you are new here, you are welcome to the channel. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, and comment and help support my channel. Let's get started. Today, we are going to talk about the Australia Award Scholarship, and it says they aim to contribute to the development needs of Australia's partner countries in line with bilateral and regional agreements. They provide opportunities for people from developing countries, particularly those countries located in the Indo-Pacific region, to undertake full-time undergraduate or postgraduate study at participating Australian universities and technical and further education institutions. The study and research opportunities provided by Australia Award Scholarships develop the skills and knowledge of individuals to drive change and contribute to development in their own countries. Now, this scholarship is for both undergraduate and postgraduate studies, depending on where you are applying from. Some continents may be eligible for postgraduate, others for undergraduate. Now, let's move on to the benefits of the scholarship. Australia Award Scholarships are offered for the minimum period necessary for the individual to complete the academic program specified by the Australian Higher Education Institution, including any preparatory training. The following benefits generally apply. Now, the first benefit is your full tuition fee, which means you're not going to pay any tuition. Then the second one is return air travel payment of a single return economy class airfare to and from Australia via the most direct route. So they're going to take care of your flight. Then it says establishment allowance, once only payment as contribution towards accommodation expenses, textbooks, study materials, then contribution to living expenses, a fortnightly contribution to basic living expenses paid at the rate determined by the department. So you're going to receive your living expenses allowance every 2 weeks. The next one is Introductory Academic Program, a compulsory program prior to the commencement of formal academic studies, covering information on living and studying in Australia. Then we have Overseas Student Health Cover for the duration of the award for award holder only, provided to cover the scholar's basic medical costs with the exception of pre-existing conditions. Then we have pre-course English fees. If deemed necessary, PCE may be available for students for in-country and/or in Australia training. Supplementary academic support may be available to ensure a scholar's academic success or enhance their academic experience. Then the last one is fieldwork for research awards and masters by coursework which have a research component where fieldwork is compulsory, may be available for eligible research students for one return economy class airfare via the most direct route to their country of citizenship or within Australia. So these are the benefits you are going to get if you're able to secure the scholarship. Now let's move on to how to apply to the scholarship. At this section, we have information on how to apply here. Then we have participating countries, opening and closing dates, and then participating institutions. So before we check out to apply, let's click on the participating countries. So these are the countries that are eligible for the scholarship. In Asia, we have Bangladesh, we have Indonesia, we have Nepal, we have Pakistan. Then in the Pacific, there are other countries, and then we have Africa. So if you are from Africa, it means you are eligible. Then we have opening and closing dates. Here you can check the deadlines, and the deadlines are the same for all. It's 30th April 2025, so it's the same for every country. It opened on the 1st February 2025. Then the last one here is the participating institution. And these are the institutions that are participating in these awards. So you can go through it and find a university or an institution of your choice. Now let's go back and see how to apply to the scholarship. So you are going to click Australia Award Scholarship. It says before you apply, check the opening and closing dates for your country. So you've already checked that, and select your country of citizenship from the list of participating countries for specific information on eligibility, priority areas, and how to apply. We are going to go to the country specific information soon to check the eligibility. But it says here, if you intend to apply, you must read the Australia Award Scholarship Policy Handbook. So let's click on this and see the eligibility requirements. So these are the eligibility criteria for the scholarship. The first thing is you must be minimum of 18 years of age on 1st February of the year of commencing the scholarship. Then you must be a citizen of a participating country as listed on the Australia Awards website and be residing in and applying for the scholarship from their country of citizenship. Not be a citizen of Australia, hold permanent residency in Australia, or be applying for a visa to live in Australia permanently. Not be married to, engaged to, or a de facto of a person who holds or is eligible to hold Australian or New Zealand citizenship or permanent residency at any time during the application, selection, and mobilization phases. Not be current serving military personnel. Not have previously received a long-term Australia award in previous 4 years. Not hold convictions of criminal activities including in their home country, including those relating to child protection and PSEAH. Have satisfied any specific criteria established by the program area or the government of the applicant's country of citizenship. So this is referring to the country-specific eligibility criteria. Then be able to satisfy the admission requirements of the institution at which the award is to be undertaken. This may mean that program areas will need to withdraw an award offer if the recipient cannot satisfy the institution's admission requirements. This may not be known until program areas request a placement at selected institutions. So this means that before you make the application, you should make sure you meet the admission requirements of the institution you want to attend. And the last one is be able to satisfy all requirements of the Department of Home Affairs to hold a student visa. This may mean that the program area will need to withdraw an award offer if the recipients cannot satisfy the visa requirements. Then you must not be applying for a scholarship for a course of study at an academic level lower than already achieved. Example, be applying for a master's scholarship when they already hold a PhD. And applicants must inform the program area of any connection or relationship to staff employed at the program areas, including locally engaged staff at post or with managing contractors, so that the application may be properly and transparently managed. Then we have the English language requirement. It says an applicant or awardee will meet DFAT's English language requirements for receiving an Australia Award scholarship if their first language is English and if they have undertaken their education in English, evidenced by their academic transcripts. Which means if your education was in English, you can use your academic transcript to show your English proficiency. You would have to attach a proficiency letter from your university to your application to let them know that you studied in English. Note that some institutions may still require evidence of English language proficiency, and program areas relying on the above may need to check whether Australian institutions accept applicants from particular regions or with qualifications from English language institutions. Then here it says, where an applicant or awardee does not meet DFAT's English language requirements, refer section 241, the awardee must provide an academic English language test result that meets the institution's academic English language requirement test before commencing the approved main course of study. So this means if English is not your first language or you've not undertaken education in English, you have to provide an English language certificate. The below are accepted English language tests, the IELTS, the TOEFL, and the PTE academic. When we go down here, they have requirements for the English language test you're supposed to provide. You can go through it and know the results you have to have before you can submit them. Then here we have finding an appropriate course and institution. Scholarships are available only for courses that are listed on the Commonwealth Register of Institutions and courses for overseas students, CRICOS, which is the official Australian government website that lists all Australian education providers that offer courses to people studying in Australia on student visa. Scholarship applicants are not required to have an offer of place at an Australian institution when they apply. So you don't have to apply to an institution before you make your application to the scholarship, and the programs for the scholarship are here on the CRICOS website. However, applicants must have researched their preferred courses, including information provided on the institution's website, and ensure that it is included in the CRICOS register. The only exception is qualifying or preliminary courses which do not need to be listed in the CRICOS. The register is available. So this is the website for the register. You can go through it and look at the courses. When you make your choice, then you go through the eligible institutions to find institutions that have the program. Though applicants are encouraged to research more broadly for information on courses, applicants are asked to do their research carefully before completing the application form. Once the application is submitted, course preferences cannot be changed. Applicants are expected to undertake research on Australian institutions that may provide the most appropriate course of study which meets their needs. So when you choose your course, you go through the institutions to find the one that is best for you and, as they said, which meets your needs. The Australian government website provides information on this. Applicants must include their course and institution preferences when submitting their application for the scholarship. So which means when you are making the application, you are going to choose your institution and then your course. So you have to go through them and find the courses in your institution before you start your application. Then we have types of courses available to applicants. All scholarships must be taken up in the year for which they are awarded. Should an awardee not be able to commence their study by November in the year of the award, the scholarship offer will be withdrawn. The applicant may reapply for the next intake. The types of courses available for study under a scholarship will depend on applicant's home country government N/or DFAT policy. Australia Awards Scholarship may be available for the following types of courses. So they have vocational education and training courses, bachelor's degree courses, master's degree courses, and then PhD programs. Now let's go to the country-specific requirements and see what we need to make our application. So let's click this and see the information on the country profile. When you come here for information about the application process for your country, you just click on your country and it's going to take you there. So when you come down, you look for your country. We are going to click on Africa for the sake of the video, and then we'll see what it says. It says Africa Australia Awards Intake Information. Australia's international development assistance in Africa helps promote prosperity, reduce poverty, and enhance political stability. The following countries are eligible. So if you go through this and you find your country, it means you are eligible. Ghana is here, and then we have Nigeria here. We have Rwanda, we have Senegal. There are lots of African countries here. So if you go through it and you find your country, it means you are eligible. Then down here, we have the information. We are going to click on this. Here we have eligible countries. We've already seen this. And then we have priority fields of study. The priority areas of study for eligible African countries in this application round are agriculture and food security, climate change, foreign policy and international security, gender, disability and social inclusion, mining and energy. The Government of Australia regularly reviews these areas of study and adjusts the emphasis of the program. Detailed information on priority areas of study can be found at Australia Awards Africa. These are not the names of the programs, these are the areas of study, so your program should be from any of these areas. Then we'll come down here, we have level of study. It says Australia Awards scholarships provide citizens of eligible African countries with the opportunity to obtain a master's qualification at an Australian tertiary institution. Awards will be offered for commencement in 2026. Then we have the benefits, but we've already gone through that. So we are going to come down to the eligibility criteria, country-specific conditions. In addition to the eligibility requirements, candidates from eligible African countries must also meet the following conditions, which means you're supposed to go through the scholarship handbook I mentioned earlier and meet those requirements before you meet your country-specific requirements too. The first one is be a minimum of 25 years of age on 1st February 2026. At a minimum, have 5 years of postgraduate work experience working in the field relative to their field of study, be employed at the time of applying for the scholarship, be a citizen of Algeria and all these countries that are eligible, not already hold or be undertaking a master's degree or equivalent to a master's degree in home country, already hold an undergraduate degree equivalent to an Australian undergraduate degree, not have previously received a long-term Australia award, meet the minimum English language proficiency at least 6.5 in IELTS with no band less than 6.0. So this is the English requirement for the scholarship. Then when we come down here, we have the application dates. We've already talked about this, and then application process. Online applications. All applications must be lodged online through OASIS. Supporting documents. Applicants must submit all the relevant supporting documents listed in the Australia Awards Scholarship Policy Handbook. Applicants must also provide the following documents to meet the specific requirements for Australia Awards Africa. So these are the documents, required documents. You need a passport to prove your citizenship, then undergraduate degree certificate for the degree certificate, then undergraduate academic transcripts for academic transcript, then the CV, the employer referee report, and an academic referee report, a language certificate to prove English language proficiency, excluding candidates if their first language is English and they have undertaken their education in English. Successful candidates will be required to produce original documents for certification. Then let's go to the selection process. Applications will be shortlisted for a selection interview after eligibility check-in. Only shortlisted candidates will be contacted. The selection process includes an interview. Applicants will be assessed against the following criteria. Your academic competence will be assessed, then potential outcomes, specifically the contribution to inclusive development outcomes in Africa, professional and personal leadership attributes, including relevant work experience. These are also going to be assessed. Then we have successful candidates will be notified in late 2025. Awardee travel will be subject to meeting the requirement imposed by the Australian government as determined by the Australian Government Department of Education and by the relevant Australian state or territory government. Now here it said all applications must be lodged online through OASIS. So let's go and find a link to OASIS and then see the application process. Now, to make your application for the scholarship, it says refer to your relevant participating country profile for the link to the application portal. Please note that Indonesia and Philippines do not use the online Australia Scholarships Information System, the OASIS. The link to the applications for those countries can be found in their relevant country profile. Now, when we checked the Africa, it says that they are going to apply through OASIS. You are going to click this and see how the application process is. Here is the application portal. We are going to register. And it says if you have not yet registered, then you will need to do so first before proceeding. Click below to register a new account. So let's click this. Here you are going to put your email, your family name, which is your surname, your given name, your date of birth, and then your contact number. And this is how you're going to create your account. When you finish creating your account, you can start making your application. Please note that you have to confirm the universities you want to study in through the eligible universities and then the course you want to study before you can start this application. There is a lot of information on their website, especially in their handbook. So please make sure you go through it and read everything you can before you start making your application. I couldn't put everything in the video because I was going to make it too long. So go through it and read it before you start making your application. Good luck to everyone who is going to apply, and I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment and help support my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.